Again, I told you I was right, and I was right, and I was right, and I was right. Yankees fans are truly the worst of sport, period. Thanks for hanging out. This is In Other News. I'm your host, Mike Russell. Appreciate you hanging out with me as I get through this day after a weird Dodger game. And yes, I'm still wearing my hat. I'm not going to go away from the Doyers. They're still doing their thing. And if they get knocked out, I don't care. I'm still wearing the hat. I love my Dodgers. They are who they are. Last night, just weird. Weird. We did spend some time in Rhonda. I'm getting your stuff. Thank you so much for that email. Appreciate it. If you want to send me any emails, by the way, it's mike@gomikerussell.com. Please send me an email. And got your address too. So I'm going to ship that out to you. Super excited. But last night, watching the game, and of course the Dodgers got their butt spanked. It is what it is. It's how it is. It's baseball. Not really freaked out about it. Still was not fun to watch by any stretch. I mean, let's go Edmund, everybody, Lux. Can we have more errors? Let's come on. This is the World Series. Let's kind of tighten it up, shall we? But the proof that is in the pudding, and Brennan, I'm glad you're here, buddy. Let's see here. What's it? You see that Gronk went to U of A with his friends with the guy who tries to jack. No. Okay, we're getting to that in a second because Brendan's going to go 2 for 2. He won the last show. If the stock fits, you will Clay hit. Wow. Okay, fantastic. But anyway, this is what happened. And this is what it didn't even take one inning for me to be vindicated in saying that Yankees fans truly are the worst humans on the planet. Look at it. Watch this. This is absolutely absurd. Check out.
I'm not going to do it now because there's.
Oh wait. Oh, sorry. My bad. There. See, I got so dang excited. I showed you a little bit of the what we're doing at the end of the. Is this it too? I think this is it too. Doggone it. Okay. See, this is what happens when I don't have an intern. Was damn near kidnapping. Oh, the Yankees fan was just absolutely the worst. Let me see. I'm sorry. Now I got to get spectacles on because I put the wrong thing up there. I can't put my Vin Scully clip up there. Holy cow. That's at the end of the show for the love of grief. Here we go. Sorry, my bad, everybody. Let's pull this out here. And then just do this and then hit that button and then the button that looks like this. Here we go.
Fly to right by Torres. Betts in the corner.
Okay, Betts just peeled that out. Look, Betts just grabbed it, snatched that. That is gangsta major league play. That is serious, fantastic play. Look at these guys. They're trying to rip the ball from him. Look at him. He's ticked.
And they're going to say that it's an out and fan interference.
Because it is.
So an out.
Look at these guys right here. These jerks. These two jerks, these two Yankees fans. Hey, no, the ball already crossed the wall over here. We can try to get the ball if we want to. Look over here. Right here, see? The ball went over here. Look at these asses. Here, look at this right here. Look, the ball here. No, we can do whatever we want right here. We can accost the guy when we want to. We don't care. We can accost him. It's fine.
First. It's the second time that Gleyber Torres has hit a ball that has ended up in fan interference in this.
It was a great play by Mookie. It absolutely was. And now watch this. Watch these yahoos, slappies, a-holes. These what a just iconic version of a Yankees fan. Watch these idiots. Home run turned into a double. Okay, he catches the ball. Okay, now look at the slappy on the left. He now has his glove. Slappy's going to pull his glove and his arm this way and try to pry it from him. Look at this other ass over here on the right. He grabs his throwing arm to get his buddy, make sure his buddy can get the ball out of his glove. Where in the living hell is this okay? Anyone? I mean, this isn't even Bartman. You think back to the Cubs. This is assault. Watch. Look, and he's pulling his hand away.
All out of there. A for effort.
And then look, A for efforts. I want to pop.
Effort. Well, he won't be watching the game much.
Thank you, Smoltz. Why is Smoltz the only guy that freaking knows what's going on? Watch this. Look, Mookie's getting hung.
We're going to be watching on the TV.
No. Are you serious? Okay, hold on a second. So Brendan's up here. Hold on. What he said. He said Gronk said that guy legitimately used to talk about doing that exact thing in the past. So apparently this bozo went to U of A. Oh, that is absolutely awful. It's on ESPN this morning talking about partying with him. Well, Gronk partied with it. Who didn't party with Gronk? Partying with him. Guy played U of A club hockey. Gronk said he was crazy in college too. Yeah, what an absolute ass that this guy is. So it's God doggone, I hit the wrong one again. Here we go. Okay, so I want to get to this guy. Watch this
ball
bozo.
That has ended up in fan interference in this series. He had the home run turned into a double back at
Guys,
Dodger
just
Stadium.
look at this Jack Hat's face. Look at him. He thinks it's funny. Oh, funny. Look at him. What a double-chinned a-hole. Oh, absolutely ridiculous. What an absolute jerk. But here's the deal, because baseball is
the ball out of there.
Yeah.
A for effort.
A for effort. Dude, don't say it, buddy. Don't say it. But this is what. Bye. Later, Tater. Okay, but here's what I want to point out about this. Here's the deal, okay? So they're being removed and ejected from Yankees games for life. But here's the deal. The fans are mad at security and the cops for removing this guy. Again, showing you Yankees fans truly are the worst of sport. Period. Watch this. Boom. And then look at this guy up here. Look at this guy up here. This guy's got his sleeves ripped off. It's literally 40 degrees in Yankee Stadium. Everyone else is in hoodies and jackets. This guy's like, it's my day in the sun. Lights on, guns out. Right here. Everything New York. Everything New York. I wear tank top because I hit the gym today. Today was arms day. Today was arms day. I got to go there. I paid $500 for these tickets. I'm showing my guns. I'm going to get the ladies later. That guy is everything New York. Everything New York. Oh, these people are the worst. They're getting high five. They quite literally assaulted a right fielder for the Dodgers. Literally getting high five. Yankees fans, you're the worst. You are the worst, period. Sorry. You're the worst in sport. You are literally make all of us look like jackasses. I came after, just so we're very clear. I know, hey, what about the Giants fan at Dodger Stadium? Came at him. Eric Davis, Darryl Strawberry used to throw fireworks at people in the parking lot because they were coked out of their mind. Spoke out against that as well. Oh, it's absolutely terrible. Well, I appreciate that, Brendan. I really do. Yeah, there's no crying in baseball. Michael, there's also no assaulting in baseball. There's no assaulting. Okay? So for all the Yankees fans out there that are like, that's just how we are. It's New York. It's New York. I'll play a little something for you. Yeah, because that's it. You cry a little bit for us. That's assaulting a player. You actually, you buy a ticket, that gets you in the game. If you get a ball from a player, high five from a player, here's the deal. That's kind of icing on the cake, right? A little cherry at the top of the sundae. That's why it's special. Catch a foul ball, get an autograph, whatever it is. That ticket doesn't give you any of that. That's the like I said, that's the cherry on top of the sundae. Quite literally grabbing a player, unless you are that woman that was running out the Trump sign that was very well endowed and stuff like that, and maybe if she went to hug the quarterback, I don't know, maybe a little something for the effort. Okay. Other than that, because I remember, you guys remember Cody Bellinger when he played for the Dodgers. There was about 2-3 people that went out and tried to give him a hug, give him a little smooch. Do you remember, guys? Dang it, I should have pulled this up. Remember the guy that went out and proposed to he jumped over the wall, center field, Dodger Stadium, proposed to his girlfriend who was still in the stands. And as he was on his knee doing this whole thing, just boom from the side. Oh, by security. It was fantastic. I mean, just open field tackle that guy. He was on his knee too. He didn't stand a chance. Gone. Okay. All right, Ronnie, here we go. I'm an awful Dodgers fans, but really the worst I've seen in the games. a tie between Atlanta. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So we're going to be fair. And Rhonda, I appreciate you keeping me in line and keeping me fair in this. Dodger Stadium is not a friendly place. It really isn't. I told Queen Bee this. I said, when we go to Chavez Ravine, when we go to Dodger Stadium, you're wearing your Dodger jersey. You're literally the safest person in the planet. You're part of a 50,000 member gang at that point. You're good. Nobody's going to mess with you. Right field pavilion, when I went as a kid with my dad, right field and left field pavilion, the outfield bleachers, and they were literally bleacher seats at the time. Fights always fights breaking out everywhere. Then they turned right field pavilion years ago into an all-you-could-eat pavilion. So I went to one of the first seasons they had all you could eat. There's all you could eat Dodger dogs, all you could eat nachos, all you can drink sodas and all this. It was fantastic. Pretzels, popcorn. And it was a game against the Rockies. And everyone in right field pavilion wearing Dodger gear. A Rockies fan wearing a Rockies jersey had the audacity to buy a ticket to that part of the field because it's all you can eat. So if I throw a Dodger dog at you, it's not costing me any more money. Now I have a semi-auto Dodger dog launcher, and everybody's just chucking food at this guy. Telling you, it just is what it is. But we were not throwing a Dodger dog at somebody is not the same as ripping both of their hands off as they jump over a wall and make a great play in the World Series. So the Yankees fans, you are truly the worst. You are truly just vile, and I hope that the league punishes you in some manner. I know. See, Rhonda, I understand we can be hostile as well. Season tickets years ago, but some fantastic Dodger fans. I love that. Dude convinced me to try lime in my whiskey. Hello. I did not think about that. All right. Mm-hmm. Here's the gig. Again, I think sport is like, and the first time I did a sports show, the first time I did a sports talk show, I was really nervous because I know sports, but I don't really know if I had the chops to talk sports because I'd done political talk radio for so long. But then I started getting into it, and I'm like, this is identical to political talk radio. Okay, I know both sides. I know the players. I know their MOs. I know why they're doing things. I can predict how they're doing things. This is easy. So yeah, it's definitely no different. Mm-hmm. I'd show up with a fresh, clean, nicely pressed Giambi jersey after wearing a filthy. Yes, and after walking with a filthy Sox hat and a grubby ass tank top. Yeah, no, that rivalry is just something. That rivalry is something special. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, Dodgers. The only reason why the Dodgers and Giants hate each other is because we came to the West Coast at the same time from New York to bring basically baseball out to the Western United States. I mean, there's no reason for the Dodgers to hate the Giants. We just do. Yeah. Sports bringing out the best in this. Oh God, I'm telling you, man, people are just absolute asshole. Michael, I'm going to leave that one alone. Horse racing for you, Lynn. I tell you, if you only knew how many horse races I bet on, as my dad was let's say he liked the ponies. Yeah. Yes, I guess. All right, let's get to this. Oh my gosh. So anyway, the Yankees are terrible. We hate them. We hate them in every single way we can hate anything. And that's just how it is. Let's get to it. Let me remove that. Big news. The deplorables, the clinging to their guns and Bibles. The statement has been released this campaign. It's a little late, but this all comes from Joe Biden, who for some damn reason, and I can't get it, and I don't know. I hope maybe y'all can help me with this one, but I have no idea why Joe Biden is even a public-facing figure at this point. We all understand that he was kicked out of the race because he You just can't do it mentally. Why are they even having him speak? So again, like we spoke of yesterday, the Trump rally in Madison Square Garden was a roast comedian. Basically, you can say the most vile things in the world and get okay with it and get some laughs. Talked about a certain segment of our population being garbage, or their nation being garbage. Here is Joe Biden's response to that. While Kamala Harris was violating the Hatch Act and using officials, basically White House backdrop and all of that to promote herself for her campaign, she was literally behind him giving a speech that was supposed to be this amazing closing argument for her campaign. Joe Biden grabbed his laptop and did this.
Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware, they're good.
He literally is so used to lying about where he's from, because he is not from Pennsylvania, but he says he's from Delaware. When it's politically advantageous, he says he's from Pennsylvania. He is so used to lying, and he's become such a vegetable that he just said Puerto Rico, where I'm from. Oh, and he caught himself.
Decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
The only garbage I see out there are Donald Trump supporters. Again, Kamala Harris, who he hates, and I love this. I think this is fantastic, because I think this is exactly what Joe should do. I would, if I were Joe Biden's, I don't know, chief of staff, whatever I was, his advisor, this is exactly how I would want Joe to act. This is how Joe Biden hates Kamala Harris. Dr. Jill has hated Kamala Harris since the debates. They hate her. And the fact that he was kicked out for her, oh, some y'all need to know about me. There's something you need to know about me. I think I'm a decent human being. I really do. I try to be. And I know I'm as flawed as can be. But I'm one of the most vindictive SOBs you will ever meet. You mess with me, or you mess with my people, you go on my list. You don't want to be on my list. You don't. I have never used I don't say never, because overnight emergency veterinarian services for people's pets in the middle of the night are truly the most evil, ugly things to be in this world. So I have used my microphone against that. But I have a system when you slight me or my people. If you slight me or my people, I have a system that will literally it will turn you upside down. You're not going to get hurt financially. Your kids aren't going to suffer. Nobody's going to get hurt physically. But I'll jack with you. So if I was advising Biden, I'd tell him, do this, bro. Do exactly what you're doing right now. She's giving her major speech. You need to go call all Trump supporters garbage. Go. Dude, take it all away from her. Just seriously, take the air out of the room. Go. Just pull it. Hurt her. Electorally. Damn. And he did. And the left had no other choice but to try to defend this. Please listen to CNN after this. This is fantastic.
He was in his house, the White House. He was in his house doing this. And the reporting is that there are places that he can be useful, but he's not everywhere like you might expect a sitting president to be for his vice president.
I don't know that I would expect this president.
Here we go. This is my favorite. I can't. He's the CEO of the Blacklist. This guy pulls some weight. Truly does. I forget his name, but he's the CEO of the Blacklist. It'll pop up here in a minute. But to hear this framing is so just disturbing. Check this out.
President to be everywhere in this moment. I mean, look, a critical element, any coach will tell you, any CEO will tell you, a critical element of running a team and winning is assessing the strengths and weaknesses of your team members and making sure you allocate them in the right way.
So we take the leader of the free world, the sitting president of the United States of America, that's right, the United States of America, and we said he's not strong enough to be a team member. They don't even care anymore. They know this was a coup. They know this was an overthrowing of the will of the Democrat Party, and they don't care anymore.
Biden has never been a big arena speaker. He's never been the most fluid speaker. And by the way, as someone who had a stutter growing up, it's very obvious to me that there's an apostrophe at the end of supporters there.
Oh,
he was referring to the garbage spewed by supporters, not simply the supporters themselves. But Joe Biden has been on the campaign trail. He's best getting ice cream in Maryland like he was today. He's best showing moments of empathy in Arizona like he was last week.
Quite literally, the leader of the free world. He's best getting ice cream. The leader of the free world, says the left, says CNN, says this trash, says this. He's not trash. See, now I'm going to get in trouble. CNN's trash. The leader of the free world is best served getting ice cream. Getting an ice cream. Here he goes.
He's best with union folks, as he was in Pittsburgh last week.
Union folks, quite literally, is why no union has backed Kamala Harris.
As well. You use people where they are best. You put Obama in a big arena, you put Michelle in a big arena, and you put Joe Biden in front of a bunch of union people doing retail politics.
You could make the argument that they would be fine if Joe Biden wasn't anywhere near a microphone.
Where have you heard that? In presidential politics, they would be better off. The argument could be made that they would be better off without Joe Biden, the sitting president of the United States, quite literally the leader of the free world, away from a microphone. Oh, this is genius. Let's go.
Between now and next Tuesday.
Let me just accept the most charitable framing of this, which you just gave. Yeah. Why is he
the most charitable framing? And God bless him for saying it. I'm shocked this dude still has a gig on CNN. I think that half of their viewership just wants to see him
sitting in front of a laptop at the exact same moment Kamala Harris is out on his backyard.
Yep.
Trying to give the closing argument to her campaign.
Preach, brother.
What in the world is he doing? Now, I don't accept your framing of it personally, because I actually do believe he, Harris, the Democratic Party, and most of their campaign do believe that half the country is garbage. They've also said people who go to Trump rallies are Nazis.
True.
And so it's pretty apparent.
Look, he got nothing to say. See on the blacklist over there. He got nothing to say on the right. It's zero to say. Nothing. Because he's right. He's right in saying this. Scott Jennings is right in saying this. It's because that entire called everyone who goes to the Trump rally a Nazi. They did.
The disdain with which they hold half of the country.
Oh, look at you about to clutch his pearls. If that dude had pearls on, that's exactly what he'd pull off.
Yeah,
that's not true.
Oh, no. We didn't call anybody Nazi. No. We just call the vast majority of them Nazis, not all of them. Damn.
Joe
already litigated it in Kamala's speech tonight.
But as a tactical matter today.
Nobody heard Kamala's speech tonight, sweetheart. No, sorry. No one did. Yeah, I called you sweetheart. I don't care.
You don't just get to say
Why in the world is Joe Biden giving remarks at
Amen.
the same
I'll give you that.
I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, okay, you're right now. He has a stutter. Shut up. Knock it off. The guy hates Kamala Harris. The guy wants to burn the entire system down, and God bless him for doing it. I am not mad at Joe Biden for wanting to burn the entire Democrat system down right now. I am not. He wants to take the DNC with him. He was kicked out, and he wants to tether the entire party to him and say, I'm taking you with me because y'all punked me. Because for years, all Joe Biden did for years is yearn to be one of the elites, to be considered one of the elites, to be at the same level of the Clintons, to be at the same level of the Obamas, to be at the same level of the elites in his party, and but all the same while campaigning as I'm everyday Joe. I'm blue collar guy. I take the train. So he did that to stay electorally positive. But man, he wanted to be one of the elites, and then they gave it to him. They handed it to him. They gave him the presidency. He had that title. I'm the president of the United States of America. I'm Joe Biden. the 46th president of the United States of America. I want my due. They didn't. They treated him like the little punk that he has been, that they have treated him as for decades, as a useful idiot. And he's insulted. He's ticked off about that. And then the ultimate, they make him, they drag him out for an entire primary season, and then punk him at the very end and put Kamala Harris, not Hillary Clinton, not somebody that anybody in the Democrat Party that's an up-and-comer, not Hakeem Jeffries. They put literally the worst presidential candidate that we have seen in place of Joe. And y'all expect him not to be a bit ticked off about this? What you might forget, he still is the president of the United States of America. He truly is. He's the president of the United States. He can burn this to the ground if he wanted to. But they have him confused enough to think exactly what Jennings was saying right there. They have him confused enough to think that he can just jump on some sort of live stream while Kamala is giving her closing arguments of this campaign and say something this stupid, say something this dumb. Joe Biden is going to try. And by the way, I am cheering him to do this because I don't like the man. I don't like the man at all. I don't like his family. I think he's disgusting. I think he has hurt this country. I think he has served himself. I think he sold us to China. I do not like the man. But again, the ABCs of me. See, I got a vindictive streak in me a mile long. So if I even see people I don't like, dude, you got wronged. Go get them, Tiger. I'm rooting for you on that. Absolutely rooting for you. So, Rhonda, I have not. I did not ignore your email. I'd like to bring that up as I could because what I believe is going to happen is what Jamie Raskin said. So let me pull my emails over here. What Jamie Raskin said is that even when Donald Trump wins the election, we are going to make sure that he doesn't take office. He was guilty of this, that, and the other thing. He wasn't qualified. Here's what I was sent by Rhonda, and I appreciate that. Oh, see, here we go. Get the glasses on. Mm-hmm. Section 3, 20th Amendment. If a president shall not have been chosen before the time fixed for the beginning of his term, or if the president-elect shall fail to qualify, there we go, then the vice president-elect shall act as president until the president shall have qualified. And Congress may, by law, I'm just weird, no commas in there. God, they're just really weirded out about commas until they forget some. Congress may, by law, provide for the case wherein neither a president-elect nor a vice president-elect shall have qualified, declaring who shall then act as president, or the manner in which one who is to act shall be selected, and such person shall act accordingly until a president or vice president shall be qualified. Then I will, and I mean this very sincerely, and I mean this. It's sad. It's sad because I have to say this. And there begins our nation's second civil war. Y'all, I don't want to say that. I don't want to feel that. Am I prepared for that? Yeah, I actually am. Have I prepared my home, my family for something like that? Yeah. Are we out running around the hills trying, practicing shooting people? No, not anything like that. But if Jamie Raskin, who is as psycho lunatic as he always has been, he got busted, by the way, in the second impeachment trial of doctoring. That, like, literally, they showed him working on the case, And he was quite literally doctoring a tweet by a woman I know, doctoring her tweet for evidence. And then gets busted for magically deleting 3 terabytes full of evidence that disproves their point. They literally will do this. And we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. The only thing that basically the only way around it is to make sure that we catch the Senate, we catch the Senate, we catch the House, and make sure that that after this, everything is set right. Oh. But again, something I don't know what they have on JD Vance. They haven't. JD Vance hasn't. There's been no lawfare against JD Vance so far. So as long as JD Vance does become the president, JD Vance can pardon Donald Trump and then go back to normal business. But, whew, this ain't pretty. What's going on right now is we're seeing it already. I don't even think the Democrats have to get that far. I don't think that Jamie Raskin has to get the far as to announce Donald Trump is unqualified and not certify the election. I don't think they have to get that far, because what's happening right now so far in early voting, y'all, it's just cheating. Period. I'm sorry. Did you see the mayor of the Pennsylvania town yesterday try to basically change the permits that Donald Trump had for his rally, to change the permits so they couldn't set up for the rally, and they just had traffic moving through and they could never set up for the rally. Y'all, before we start this, I'm just going to play it. There's some bad language in. I really want you to tell me who this mayor looks like. Gen X, I want you to step up big for this, because it's not going to take you long. I want you to play the movie Tequila by the Champs in your head as you watch this mayor with a purse walking around trying to make sure that Trump can't have his rally.
You said it 3 times, and then all of a sudden,
you guys should have it right here.
Traffic come through, and I'm trying to
that's a Trump guy that's yelling.
Cars at the same time. Don't.
Basically the Trump guy right here. The Trump guy is trying to set up for people to be able to drive to the rally or from the rally. And this mayor, this guy right here. Thank you very much, Mike. You win it. Mike was the first one in there. Mike was the first one. That if that guy is not Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens. Oh, Alfred had it too. Sorry, but Mike came in there first on that. It did. Yeah. I just. Yeah. This is absolutely amazing.
Take it off now.
I would expect you to put yourself in danger.
Oh yeah, well then we got cars coming in.
This little worm, this weasel.
Well, I'm in the middle of.
Look, he's wearing a purse. He's literally wearing a purse.
You put out a press statement.
And by the way, he was riding a bike around. He kept riding a bike around. And if I had a video of him being on the bike, it would be so much. Oh. Oh, Evelyn, I definitely want to get to that if we could. So just hang tight with me, Evelyn. I'm going to get to that in just a minute.
This entire block was closed on Apple Maps. You know what it shows? It shows this entire intersection closed. Look it up. You think I'm going to remove the barricades now? Yeah, you're out of your fucking mind. Don't ever pull that shit on me again.
Look at this guy. Look at this little weasel alpha man, Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubin looking mofo, is sitting there on his phone going, I just changed the permits because I'm the mayor. I'm the mayor and I can do this. This big alpha male is yelling at me. Oh, I dress just like Pee Wee Herman.
The entire police force was confused. Yeah,
I know you are, but what am I? Thanks, truly.
You're going to open it up while the trucks are right there, too. Really?
Look at his little man purse. I have my little pink phone case, too. I look fabulous. I know you are, but what am I? Here, before we get to this, Bozo, look, before we get to this, and Evelyn, I'm not going to miss that. I promise. I got you in just a second. Here's a fun Pee Wee Herman thing for you. Paul Rubin, who was Pee Wee Herman, was busted in a adult theater back when they had adult theaters, but before Pornhub and all that stuff. They had adult theaters. Okay. Pee Wee Herman got busted pleasuring himself watching one of these movies. Which always confused me. I'm like, what the hell did you expect? You have an adult movie theater anyway. Got busted and arrested. He had a crime photo. Do you remember? I'm sorry, his mugshot. Do you remember his mugshot? Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Underrated. Do not sleep on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Fantastic movie. Fantastic movie. Gave me two of my favorite quotes. Kill him a lot. It's one of my favorite. Love that. The casting director for Buffy the Vampire Slayer saw Paul Rubin's mugshot, Pee Wee Herman's mugshot, and said, I want him as my vampire. And somebody said, you can't. That's Pee Wee Herman. He said, I don't want Pee Wee Herman. I want that guy in the mugshot. Mm-hmm. Did not look like the mayor over here. Look at this little tiny alpha man. I mean, beta. Sorry.
So if someone lives on that block right there, they can't walk around.
They can't.
The other side.
Because this bozo little twerp is changing permits of his city immediately, like in real time, so people can't move and go to a Trump rally. Unbelieving, believable. But are you surprised? Yeah. Oh, I can imagine that. Yeah, I don't know how many people do that and not get busted. I totally understand that. Totally understand that. It goes deeper than this, y'all. It truly does. And I'm not proud of it because I'm not proud of my country right now and how my country is acting in this election. Let's go to the Secretary of State from Michigan. Are you surprised if I tell you that there's problems with Dominion voting machines? Here she is.
The programming of the VATs with specifically
yes.
from Dominion.
Mm-hmm.
Why was that only caught in the past few days? And
yeah, why? It was only caught in the past few days.
Yeah, this is a nationwide issue with Dominion voter.
Oh, wait a second. A nationwide issue with Dominion. I'm not talking about nationwide is on your. I'm not talking about that. A nationwide issue with Dominion voting.
Access terminals in the counties that use them, and the voter access terminals, of course, not all the machines, just the ones that are accessible, have an issue with the straight party voting and a programming issue that's again affecting.
And by the way, I'm not opposed to that because I'm definitely opposed to this, but I'm not opposed to anyone having a problem with straight party voting. Stop it. Knock it off. Stop voting straight party. We can't fix this country if we vote straight party. We cannot. I know here in Arizona, there's a lot of propositions and overrides and all this crap that are backed by Republicans. I'm not voting for them. I'm sorry. I'm voting for Democrats for the Corporation Commission because I'm sick and tired of Republicans being on the take from SRP and APS. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do not want to have my rates raised anymore. I'm sick of this. So I think in some cases, I will not root for Steve Montenegro out here in the West Valley. I will not. The guy's a twerp and a worm. Sorry. I won't. I'll vote Democrat against him every single time. You see, straight party voting is when someone shows up to a poll and just says Republican all, Democrat all, and that's it. You have not done your job. Well, you've done your job as a civilian. You did. You voted. God bless you. I appreciate that. You haven't done it to the extent in which you most likely should. And if we all do, we would actually have a true representative republic where we're voting for people that represent us, not just our what we would say is our political ideology. That's what she's talking about. Good gravy. Okay, let's go. Oh, wait. Just see what happens when I did that.
The machines nationwide, and I think all of us that use Dominion machines were unhappy to learn about this during the.
I don't care if you're unhappy to learn about it, sweetheart. I just really don't. I would like you to be pissed off. I don't want you to be unhappy. I want you to be livid. I want you to say this is unacceptable and will not be tolerated, and we're going to fix it immediately.
The testing period and as early voting began. So we're working with Dominion to
wait. The testing period should have started months before early voting began, but you guys are morons and you're trying to rig an election. So cool.
Seek accountability on that front, and also are working with our clerks to ensure voters are aware of this programming issue that will require them to ensure they are voting every section on the ballot.
Bigger issue in Michigan because we do allow voters to cross over in ways that a lot of other states don't.
Because we have straight party. It's not struck me as I've talked to my other colleagues in other states. They're just as upset about it as we are. So yeah. or surprised, I think.
Oh, yeah, oh my golly sakes. Oh, golly gee willikers. We're all just so upset about it. We all happen to be Democrats, and we're all just so upset about these Dominion voting machines. Oh, they're acting so wacky. Let me tell you. Jim, what the heck are you talking about there, buddy? Said, sorry, I didn't see Mike's common sense list for the current election. Talk to me about this, buddy. What are you talking about, buddy? I don't know. Sure. What over here? So, yeah. I brained her for a long time reading every word of all that stuff. Maybe next time. What you talking about, boss? Fill me in there, kid. Anyway, so we're going to move from Michigan and go to Colorado. Do you remember this Butte? Oh, okay, because we just went from a dude that looks like Paul Rubens. We Pee Wee Herman, you guys got it. Just I'm so proud of you for doing it. This one. The Secretary of State of Colorado. So we're clear. Don't worry, our decompression session is going to be so fun. You guys are going to sit back and learn so much from the maestro himself, the greatest sports announcer of all time. I told you I'm going to keep him coming. I know, messed up a couple of votes, dude. Look, and here's the deal. And Jim said, I know I messed up a couple of votes. He didn't mess up a couple of votes. You did. I mean, I get to the point where I get to like judges, and I'm asking Tequila Jim, and I'm asking some attorneys. I know. I'm like, yeah, do you know who these judges are? I mean, who do I don't know what a judge does. That's why I think it's so stupid that we elect judges like that. But anyway, we do. But a lot of judges, you understand this, don't have law degrees. Yeah, they're just elected. They're politicians. It's just kind of weird. Anyway, Secretary of State of Colorado, this Butte, who you're going to recognize from Saturday Night Live immediately, I hope, is the one that tried to get Trump off of the ballot and went on CNN every day saying that he is not qualified to be on the ballot because he's guilty of insurrection. She keeps saying that. He's never been found guilty of insurrection. As a matter of all of the 91 indictments or whatever he had, none of them were for insurrection. None. So this ideologue piece of garbage, and I'll say that, I'm going to go with the Joe Biden on this one, piece of garbage is getting caught jacking with our elections. Check this out.
Secretary Griswold told me today that she had not decided whether to tell you, the public, about that password leak before she got called out on it.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Dominion voting machines in Colorado, the password for them have been leaked. I believe in coincidences. I've just never seen one.
I asked Secretary Griswold whether she takes responsibility for this election security breach in the same way that she has held others accountable. And we discussed a string of errors.
Spoiler alert! No.
That can damage voter confidence.
To be very clear, we do not see this as a full security threat to the state. This is not a
No, we don't see passwords to Dominion voting machines which are online. We don't see that as a security threat. Anybody coming along with me who she looks like from Saturday Night Live? Anyone?
Security threat.
You do frequent media interviews warning of
Look at
the insider threats to elections. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security defines an insider threat as somebody who uses authorized access wittingly or unwittingly to do harm. Did the actions of your office pose an insider threat to elections?
Yes.
No.
No.
In 2021, when Mesa County's voting system passwords leaked, your office said, quote, the public disclosure of the BIOS passwords for one or more components of Mesa County's voting system alone constitutes a serious breach of voting system security protocols. By that standard, did your office commit a serious breach of voting system security protocols?
Well, to push back on you, Kyle, that sentence is in the press release, but there is.
If anyone had what's that, it's Pat. Does anyone remember that? What's that? I mean, the side of the curly hair, this is her. What's that? It's Pat. Saturday Night Live.
Much bigger press release. And part of that investigation in Mesa County was 2 sets of passwords, unauthorized.
Okay, I'm done with you, sister. Let's go to one where he actually hits it home. Here we go.
The first time that your office has made a mistake.
She does not care. This is the picture of an ideologue who quite literally understands that she is breaking the law and the Constitution of the United States of America and her state, yet does not care for the greater good. This woman is mentally unstable and should not be the Secretary of State.
that have damaged voters' confidence in our elections. In 2022, your office sent out mailers to 30,000 non-citizens inviting
30,000 non-citizens got from her office. 30,000 non-citizens in Colorado, just in Colorado alone, were sent mailers inviting them to vote.
Inviting them to register to vote. They, of course, are not eligible to register to vote. That same year, your office used Colorado's ballot tracking system to send messages to specific Coloradans encouraging them to vote when, in fact, they had already voted.
So vote twice, vote early and often. It's the Chicago way. Okay, yes. Look at her. She's just she knows she's busted, right?
Causing confusion that had to be cleaned up by the county clerks. And now this leak of the voting system passwords.
Literally get sent out the voting system passwords.
Given your office's repeated errors that have damaged confidence in our elections, which you say is paramount, will you resign?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Nope, I'm doing a great job. I was told by the DNC and George Soros to absolutely rig this entire thing, and I'm doing a great job. No way in hell I'm going to resign. That's fantastic. That absolutely mind-blowing. That we in this day, these are the people that are handed the great gigs. And I'm going to be serious with you here. And this is my opinion. This is from 15 years of me doing this job. These are the people that are handed the best jobs. The Gretchen Whitmers, I forget her last name is Griswold. Put it by the other ones, Greaseball. These are the ones that are handed the best jobs because they are the willing servants that illegally game the system. It is gross. Yeah. And Ron, is your home state of Colorado? Yeah, I'm telling you. And unfortunately, look, my ex-wife, I said this when we moved out of California. I said, listen, we can move to either Texas, Arizona, or Colorado. Texas, Arizona, Colorado. Those are your three options. You pick. But I'm going to give you the three you can pick from. No way, no. Thank God it wasn't Colorado. I mean, that was back when it was affordable, too. I could have gone to Colorado. It was fantastic. Yeah, but nope. Absolutely crazy. And you're right. Frank, she does know nothing will happen to her. Nothing. Before we get to the next topic, I did promise, and I apologize for taking so long to get to it. Let me jump through here. Here we go. No, this is that was Rhonda's section. Hold on here. Who said it? I have to get to the comment section here. We got a lot of Truman, Alfred, and Frank. Where did we go here? Okay, so I'm sorry. I used it because we're back to the games here. Let me see. Hold on, back to the game. Wait, where'd Lynn go? Oh no, Lynn, we're gonna get on a better topic. I promise. Don't you worry about it, buddy. I got this. I got this. And I'm sorry, the comment might have been removed somehow, and I really hope it isn't. It wasn't removed. And because it's important. Because it was talking about, just kind of getting ready. Evelyn, thank you. There we go. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, Evelyn, I believe your context right now. Okay, thank you. No, it isn't. So I want to get to this, Evelyn. Thank you. This is a bit out of context right now, but I've been doing some prepping, but I don't have a lot of money. I know some people who can't afford to do that, and that's what worries me. So let's talk about that. A decompression session is going to make this better. I so promise you. I have two. And as you guys know, I don't have the big thank you, Evelyn. I appreciate you. But I wish I could search so easily. I knew it was you, but I couldn't find the comment. Anyway, I don't have the iHeart paychecks coming in. I literally look for sponsors, look for get paid by the social media companies for the streams and the likes and the shares and all of that. But it's different. So I am on a super budget. And so, but I want the same thing. Here's what I've done: is basically just go for the basics. I know there are great, for Patriot Supply, all that. There's really, really good companies that put some really good things out. Look, I've already seen it when I went to Costco 2 weeks ago. There was no toilet paper. There was no bottled water. There was limited like rice, things like that. I shop because I'm a nerd, and I have a F-150 that gets about 15 miles to the gallon. I shop at Fry's on Fridays because that's the only time I shop. I shop on Fridays. On Fridays, I go to Costco, but you know what I'm saying, because they have 4 times fuel points, so I can get $1 off every time I fill up the tank. But I always look for they got $1.50 on Campbell's Chunky Soup now. Okay, I'm going to get about 10 of those. They got 50 cents rice-a-roni. Okay, boom, 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 getting 20 of those. I'm getting this, it really is. And especially when I spent, I think, $15 a piece for 5 15-gallon water jugs. So I had a couple $100 into, I'm good for a couple months. And for me, I had to go a little bit ahead. So I understand this, but I does have the Ready Wire emergency food supply kits in a bucket, 124 servings for $65. Truman, damn, brother. Yeah, I did not know that. Let me know what part of town you're in, because some Costco's have, some don't. So, but if not, I'll just order it online. That's a great deal. It's a fantastic deal right there. Good Lord, that's great. Okay, and Ready Wise, thank you, Truman, appreciate it. Anyway. So, I understand toilet paper, all that. I'm like loaded up, stocked up. And a liberal friend of mine asked, he said, if it does go to craziness, what's going to happen? And I said, y'all are hosed. He's like, why? Because you guys have the guns? I go, no, because all of us are prepared. And because we have the water supply, we have the rice, we have the food, we have the power, we have everything we need. Stocked up on batteries. We're pretty dialed in. We're just going to wait the game out. The country is 9 meals away from anarchy. Understand that. That's one of the best quotes I've ever heard. This nation is 9 missed meals away from anarchy. So as things just absolutely go nuts, the majority of us conservatives are just going to be hanging tight. We're not going to go out. We're going to go on the street and fight and steal. It's not our game. It's going to hang out. That's how it is. So here we go with the bidets again. Oh yeah. You can do it on a budget. You quite literally can. You can get a 50-pound bag of rice for like $15. And just, look, survival is what survival is. I think it's so funny, but I always go to Taco Bell and things like that. I'm like, give me as many seasoning packets as you can. Go to pizza. I'm like, yeah, I want the peppers. I want all that stuff. Because might come a day where I'm just eating rice and I'm just throwing some seasoning on it, and that's just what I'm eating, and that's how it is. I'm not saying we're going to apocalypse, y'all, but I'm saying the best is to be prepared. I have a solar powered generator. And that was what I splurged on. That's what I spent the most money on, a solar powered generator, so I can put so I can plug in my refrigerator and my freezer, and that's it. Other than that, it's battery operated lights, and yeah, I'm not going to advertise that. I'm not going to be the only street in the house with lights blaring at night. That's a quick way to get robbed. But yeah, you have a 35-gallon a day, too. It's a 30 RO system. In case also 16-gallon. And by the way, if you have it in this great, Jim, if y'all have a pool, you can actually convert that water fairly easily. Always had a great water system. It's inexpensive and fairly easy to install. Like that, Truman. Never act as if you were prepared. If government opens a bread line in your hood, go to the bread line if you don't need it. Alfred. That's some gangster advice right there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'll be that guy. It's funny because when I was at KTAR, I was the only one that would ever just say, I'm emergency prepared, because I always wanted to be emergency prepared. And everybody made fun of me, but I knew, because I had that reputation, I knew that if anything went down, all of them would be knocking on my door. Thank God I live somewhere else now than when I was there. Thank the good Lord I live somewhere else. All right, we just have a few minutes. So what I'm going to do is this. I had this fantastic YouTuber that's out there that by the way, when I say fantastic, he's an absolute ass clown. He just goes to restaurants to get misgendered, and he fires off, and it's just such a wonderful example of the hate and violence going on. But we have a lot to cover tomorrow. I got a lot to carry over here, but I did promise you a decompression session, and we can talk about, please, Evelyn, I would love to keep talking about prepping. Please list the questions. Please throw these out here. It really is, if you look for any kind of, whether it's ramen, whatever it is, everything will be able to sustain you Just think ahead and think cheap, think inexpensive. And I have a linen closet in my house that I've like got half full of stuff, because I know Queen Bee definitely she's the queen of the liberal branch of my tribe. She ain't prepping, but I got all this here. So my kiddos, her kiddos, we're all good. So anyway, so it's just you have a week, plenty of time. I don't think anything's going to go down until Election Day. If anything does go down, so I'd just say grab some water. Grab as much water as you can, grab as much toilet paper as you can, grab as much rice as you can, soups, that kind of thing. And just, make sure all the bills are paid up and you're all good, I think. Right. Anyway, so do you talk more about that on the Go Show? If you'd like to, Truman, we'd love to talk about that on the Go Show. For those of you who don't know, we have a show called The Go Show with Mike Russell, and we do this every day, same channel, same everything, every day at 11. So, yeah, we can talk about prepping this week for sure. But we got Halloween tomorrow. We got FAFO Friday. So prepping will be Monday. We'll do prepping for election week. How about that? The day before the election. Anyway, I did say that I am obviously a huge Dodgers fan. Grew up a Vince Scully guy. I did promise some zen for y'all, some decompression, because this guy is the greatest. And as he calls the entire game, it's about 4 minutes long. He calls the entire game, telling the history of beards. This is what I grew up with. Check it out.
But sometime during the game, if you've been like the way I have been, looking at players with these big beards, I decided I'm going to do a little research on beards.
Yep.
So during the game, there's plenty of them around. We'll tell you a couple of stories as we go through it. 2 down, second inning, no score. And first pitch, fastball for a strike. First of all, they say way back to the dawn of humanity, beards evolved, number one, because ladies like them. And
yes.
Number two, it was the idea of frightening off adversaries and wild animals.
Damn right.
There's the 1-strike pitch, swung on and missed strike 2. In fact, it was so serious, if you look it up, there's a divine mandate for beards in Leviticus and Deuteronomy.
Darn right.
No balls and 2 strikes, they count. Stripling from the first base side of the rubber. Strike 2 pitch to Norris is promptly hit into right field, and it lands in front of Kike for a base hit. So Norris, a 2-out single to right, and that will bring up Jamal Weeks.
Number 8, Jamal Weeks.
There became a time where Greek dramatists mined the popular prejudice against clean-shaven men. Back then, clean-shaven men were looked as the, maybe effeminate. And then along came Alexander the Great.
Here we go.
That's another story. Alexander the Great was not only great, but he also thought he was the greatest looking man in the world. Oh, absolutely. Stripling ready, delivers, gets a strike. And Alexander the Great said, there is no reason to cover up my beautiful face with a beard.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, it started to disappear. I love the idea that he felt he was so beautiful. One strike. Stripling ready, looks over at Norris, back to the hitter, and that's lined into left field for a base hit.
In the middle
Norris
of the story, we've got a game going.
So back-to-back base hits with 2 out, and the batter will be Adam Rosales. After Alexander the Great wanted clean-shaven people, it got so that the University of Paris banned long-bearded men from the lecture halls. That's back in 1533. And a few years later, the city's chief court outlawed beards on judges and advocates. And then you got to be the Russian strongmen who liked a shaved face but long wigs. The first pitch in for a strike. Did you know that the first woman female king of Egypt wore a fake beard?
Come on.
To convince people that she was a man. Yeah, her name was Hatshepsut.
Hatshepsut.
Here's the strike 1 pitch on the way.
For your Trivial Pursuit this weekend.
Get him. Throw down to Utley, not in time. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Then, of course, you come to Abraham Lincoln, who was clean shaven, and a little 11-year-old girl named Grace Bedell.
Holy cow.
She said to Mr. Lincoln, "If you would grow a beard, my daddy has a beard, and my mother will tease him to vote for you."
Yes.
So Abraham Lincoln grew a beard.
That's why he grew a beard.
And, of course, that came up when his chief rival said to him, "You're two-faced." And Abraham Lincoln said, "If I were two-faced, would I have the face that I'm wearing now?" So he answered him pretty well. 2-1 to count. Stripling in a little trouble here. The 2-1 pitch on the way is taken for a strike, 2-2. In 1976, the Supreme Court ruled that Americans do not have a legal right to grow beards or mustaches as they choose if their employer demands a clean face. Ah, yes, the beards. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Stripling set over the top, pitch is low ball.
There you guys go. We ran out of time, but that's it. That's the little baseball zen, little history for you there. Courtesy of the greatest, the GOAT, Vin Scully. So just had so much fun with you guys today. Tomorrow we're gonna do it on Halloween. Let's have some fun with little spooky stories. Maybe a story about Kamala winning. Spooky. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow right here on In Other News. We'll see you at noon. Have a great day, everybody.